Welcome back to Let's Play Endless Space 2 on the Reawakening Update. This is Series 10, Episode number 39. I'm JC Proton, and we are picking up at turn number 77, and we're playing a standard faction of the United Empire on Endless Difficulty in a normal speed game. In this episode, we are going to be building we're going to start construction on the third and final trade headquarters. We're going to build it here at AL2, and then in the near future, once that completes building, then we'll build the fifth and final trade subsidiary at either BF or BE star system. Also, we're going to be using the Emperor's Will ability to rush completion of this Gamma Absorption research, and that will unlock the endless system development, which will allow us to do level 4 colony upgrades. So we'll be assigning the luxury resources for the level 4 modernization, and then we'll be queuing that up all over the place. So a lot happening in this screen this turn. Also, we're going to be doing another system colonization. We're going to do that down here at Shu, in the Shu star system. In fact, let's just go ahead and get started on that. We'll knock that out right away. And let's see, tiny lava, small Mediterranean. We'll go for the huge gas planet, I guess. Alright, so it'll take 5 turns to fully populate that. Let's see, feed that one from where? How about, could do CF, right? Yeah, why not? I don't know that it'll really matter. Yep, CF is still positive, so that's good to go. Alright, so let's look at these events real quick here. Looks like ecologists have pulled 1% ahead of the scientists, so they're basically even. So election's going to be after turn 80, so it's only 3 turns away. This is what we're building. Lots of terraforming into fertile. Lots of fertile terraforming. Few attackers built. Whew, that's a lot of terraforming. That's good. That's going to help out our approval. See, AJ completed his level 3 modernization, so he's back to terraforming, working on that approval. The Mavros system has built an attacker. See how that fleet build out is going. Alright. And you know what? Since Mavros is maxed out, I went ahead and queued up a couple of populations, sending them over to CF. I'm going to put this patrol back into the hangar. I may have one patrol go with this fleet, but I think I want to keep them separate just in case something turns out badly. Oh, we got a... Here we go with the Riftborn again.
For your deeds, a special place in the void awaits you.
They're insisting we remove our colonies that border our territory. Yeah, that's going to be a no. Angry. I think the peace that we have is definitely pretty strained at this point. I don't think we're going to be doing anything that's going to make them more angry, though. I think this is the only three they're going to react to. I think when we do the one at Groose, they probably won't really have much to say. Ooh, unilaterally declared a diplomatic treaty.
Know that we will do everything to ensure our survival.
Here we go, Bureaucratic Imbroglio.
For your deeds, a special place in the void awaits you.
Alright, let's take a look here. Well, we're still at peace. They haven't gone to Cold War yet. Yeah, they've got their hands full. They've got war with 3 other factions going. So, and it looks like they're all the way fully down on the pressure, on the war pressure over here on this one. So, they may end up getting a truce. At which point, if they can get truce with this alliance of aligned sentients, then they may be more willing to get into like a Cold War or hot war with us. Maybe. So, back to the whole Mavros situation. Let's see here. Is that a big enough fleet? Oh, hello there, Sophons. I see you have a higgledy-piggledy fleet as well. Mostly a bunch of scrubs there. You have an couple of accelerators. Looks like they're all energy. And a magnet, which is also all energy. Okay. So our fleet, 3,700 attack, 3,600 defense, 30,000 hit points. We do have 1 attacker and 1 flak in there that are actually, you know, decent ships. Maybe get 1 more attacker. And we might have, I think, a fleet I can be comfortable attacking with. Let's see. And if I were to go on the offensive against the pirates, that's 4 moves. It's just barely 4 moves. Yeah, just barely. Versus, if we go to Warden instead of a Yuva, yeah, we can get there in 3. So that'll be the plan then, is next turn, we'll produce another one of these attackers. And we'll fly down here. And then another attacker will come out and I'll send it down here. Maybe it'll match up, or maybe they'll meet up in Warden. Something like that. And we'll end up with like 3 or 4 attackers. Maybe more. We'll see how long we keep Mavros. We need to keep it long enough that this Lumeris arrives alive, actually. If I was guessing how long it's going to take to get there, I don't know, maybe it's similar to that. Maybe 7 turns or so, maybe faster. And then over here there is a Zavali citizen that's on the way to Mavros. And if I were to fly over there, how long would that take? 10, 11, 12? Something like 11 or 12 turns before the Zavali arrives, guessing. Okay, so we're going to have to keep Mavros for a little while, looks like. If I want those population. Alright, let's get started on, yeah, let's roll through some more of these events. Populations grew, we're maxed out again. So, move some more populations around off camera. We're up to like 28 maximums in some of our systems. Ooh, that one's 30. CD5 is 30. So populations are getting up there. All right, here we go. Trading company. So let's go ahead and get him started. Trade company headquarters. It's going to take 2 turns to build unless I use Emperor's Will. That's fine. 2 turns, no big deal. And then when it completes, we'll use... See, our dust income's already back up to... it was about even. So it's the dust income's definitely coming up. We were at about plus 1,700, and then we passed the law brains over bucks, and that dropped our dust income down to around 0 net. But it definitely boosted our research by a couple thousand. So it's definitely worth it. In fact, since we're already on the screen, let's go ahead and use Emperor's Will to rush the completion of this research project. We'll get Gamma Absorption completed immediately because the Emperor just says, make it happen. Poof. There we go. Completed and unlocked. So this whole tier is unlocked now. And you know what? I think since this is going to be completed so fast, we already had partial research done on interspecies HR, which is going to give us a little more approval on all of our systems, right? It's not too expensive to build, so that'll be handy, especially on systems that we don't have any luxury resources. A lot of the approvals are tied into luxury resources. So it's 2 turns either way to get cultural inverdicts. All right, so let's look at maybe if we get custom nucleotides, that will let us increase our populations on systems where we have fertile planets. And now that we're terraforming into fertile planets, I also want to unlock tier 5 because I really want to find out what is this deed. Sometimes it's terraforming, 50% off. So yeah, half price terraforming would be really cool. So let's go ahead and pick up custom nucleotides. That'll unlock that, and we'll at least be able to see what the deed is, see if we want to chase after it or not. And then I'm also, I'd be lying if I wasn't saying I'm interested in going ahead and unlocking the tier 5 military stuff. So that'll be universal aerodynamics, deniable operations, because I want that real-time relays, integrated theaters, aerial ground troops, and full reserves. So I'll probably do that. And since we're generating right now 15,500, these researches are only costing like 23,600. We're going to be able to get them knocked out in less than 2 turns. So, but I want to wait to queue those up, and then also I would be queuing up these 2 to get better ships, to get better medium ships and better small ships, and then liquid composites will be the 4th technology here, and that'll unlock the 5th tier here, and then we'll be going for chlorophyll chemistry to get super biofuel factory and aquaculture dome. So that's also on the radar. Again, depending on how things play out. So that's kind of like about the next 10 or more turns of research is the direction I'm thinking. Also really like autonomous mining, because it's like a +2 points version of one of these. It's like Slag and Sludge Center, except it makes it +2 instead of +1 on resource generation. So that'll be very helpful. Another one I really like is Power Armor for the floating superstructures, extra colonization capacity, and mech suit quarters, really nice for resource production too. So lots of good stuff. And of course, then when we're talking about tier 5 stuff, these are always really nice. Deep atmosphere habitats, lunar suburbs is cool, extra movement speed, you know, all kinds of good stuff at the high end. Anyway, let's rock through this stuff here. Let's see, so we completed the unlock, so let's go ahead and assign these resources to the level 4 system modernization. It's going to be Void Stone, which I think I'll put here, and then it's also going to be benthic gems and virtual artifacts. So let's add those and these and these. Alright, here we go. Oh, that's a much better price than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be 64 and 32. Wow, that's so much better. That means I can do so many more. Wow, okay, so we're at basically 60 Voidstone per turn. 20, almost 22 benthic gems and 24 virtual artifacts. So at this point, we can do a level 4 modernization basically every turn, as long as we already have a level 3. And 30, 70, 80. As long as we have 80 benthic gems and 80 red sang. So we have enough red sang to do one every turn. Benthic gems, if we can get our our void stone, if we get void stone income up another 20, then we'll be able to basically all the way through the whole system. We won't have a bottleneck, and we'll be basically able to sustain expansion of 1 star system per turn. So that will be pretty good. So we need to get our voidstone production up by another 20. That's basically the bottleneck right now. And just a smidge more on the benthic gems. Okay. Cool. That's good news. That is good news. All right, cool. All right, so let's just queue up. Let's get these queued up. Okay, so there's a 3. There's a 3 going to 4. 3 going to 4. You can see I have my highest industry systems are the ones that I'm focusing on the upgrades first. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here it is. There's number 11. Okay, how much do we have left over after spending all of that? We have 62 void stone. Okay. We have plenty left over. Okay, great. So I can do another level 3 modernization and get that started. Okay, looks like AH is going to be the one. Outstanding. So with 11 of those completing in 2 turns, then we will need to have researched cultural inverdicts to do autonomous administration, which we will have it done in 2 turns. And it'll take 3 turns to complete these buildings, the system upgrades. So then that will reduce our that will basically increase the number of systems we can have by 11. So we'll go to 28. We'll be at 31 of 28. We'll only be over by, of course we're expanding it 1 per turn. But we'll be over by 11 less than we are now. So that'll be pretty good. Cool. We are moving into a much more expansionistic stage of the game here. We're going to be able to colonize a bunch of stuff. Speaking of colonizing, Lures completed colonization. Where is this? It's over here. It's in the A area. LMNAO. Looks like so because these are the B's right here. So this is the end of the A's. AO. AO. AO21. Started with get a modernization, get that spaceport going, and I'll do the rest of that build out off camera, I guess. Mind Matters has come to an end, as well as its effects. Alright. Sad to see that one go. Okay, solo quest started. Sins of the Swarm. Okay, so this is I believe a Tikkanon population quest. I think the easiest one to do is going to be reject. I mean, Patrol's going to have it automatically, but I would rather boost the industrialist political party support since we have an election that's just around the corner. So I think I'll just do that one, and we have 70 approval in at least 2 systems. So that'll give us extra influence on any system that has Tikkanon. So that should be a automatic, easy quest completion. Okay, we did send the sowers away out of the system. We shipped them away, and that's the only way it counted. And when I just lifted them in the starport, that was not sufficient to complete the quest. So now everywhere where we have sowers that are on a planet that has an anomaly, then we get +4 dust. So again, basically an inconsequential quest completion, but it's nice to knock them out. Kind of had those guys hanging out there. Craver fleets looks like there's the same as they have been. Butcher 2s. They have a fair amount of fleet. They're not at war with anybody. Anytime you face the Cravers, if you can kind of just keep them bottled up, you can end up getting the edge on them because they deplete their systems, they deplete the planets, and they go from like plus 150% to 50% once they're depleted. On their FIDZ production, they're like half production at that point. So you can really get the edge on them if you can just keep them contained long enough. You can wait them out. You'll end up getting an edge over them. Got a Yusho population collection bonus. Yeah, we had 20 of them. We're moving them around already. Extra system defense troop capacity on systems with a Yusho present. Technology stage unlocked. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, we got this unlocked. Cool, good deal. Alright, let's move all of the fleets. Where is this guy going? Oh. Sending him over here. Kind of anticipating that we might end up in bad relations with the Riftborn. And so already had some fleets headed that way. Yeah, we're going to find out how well these Riftborn carrier ships, see how well they do. I think we're going to find out. We can move this attacker down here to the rally point at CE. And let's take the two that are in AE4. Let's take them out of the hangar. And we'll fly them to the same place as well. It'll take them 6 turns to get there. Alright, the scraper here, this little scrub ship. He's at 52 troops out of 120, so we'll just set him to guard and he's going to hang out in that system. Refill with troops. And let's take a peek on the Lumeris, see how they're doing over here on this pirate situation. Okay, they are invading. They've got a ground battle in progress. The military fleet coming out in 1 turn. They've got both of their battle fleets on site along with their invasion fleet. So it looks like there are 0 defenders left. So they should complete that invasion. I guess next turn. I guess 0. They didn't get it this time. I don't know. And since there's a military fleet coming out in 1 turn, maybe they're going to have a little fight on their hands. So this fleet of invaders is at 20,000 hit points. And this one's at 52,000 hit points. And this one's at 43,000. So all 3 of their fleets are slightly damaged, but not heavily damaged. Interesting. Colin Walsh had brought up the whole Mount Zelavis question in the comments in the last video. He was talking about it. So it's 2% industry boost per population type in Empire, but it's a system improvement. Leave it to Emperor Zelavis. It's like, yeah, we need to do something to improve morale and make everybody united, and they share the benefits of the Empire. let's build a great big monument to me. Right? System improvement, I think it applies only to the system in which it's built, but maybe if it's empire wide, that would be huge. It's a plus 100 industry per system level, 40 influence per system level, and 2% industry per population type in the empire. I think is a system improvement. Now we'll find out when we build it, for sure. Interesting. You're not able to do an Emperor's Will Rush on level 4 modernizations. So yeah, we will confirm that. And the number of population types on my empire is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 currently in the empire, 18 different population types. And then we have 2 more en route, right? We have the Lumeris on the way to the Mavros. And they were like, what, about 6 or 7 or 8 turns out, right? And then we also had the Zavali, and they were like about 11 or 12 turns out, I think. So I guess we might be keeping the Mavros system that long. Which, if that's the case, it may make sense for me to go ahead and colonize these and build a couple more structures here. But for now, I'm just building some attacker ships. All right, I think that's it for the turn. And thanks everybody for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.